What's up, guys? We're taking a look at some more NBA player props today over on PrizePicks. This video applies to PrizePicks, but also sportsbooks and other player prop sites out there. So this video is for everybody. And we are currently on a huge 17-5 run and a 5-1 run in these videos. So unfortunately, we're not able to cash yesterday with LeBron falling just short. Drew Holiday really did clutch up at the end, but still on a massive 5-1 run in these videos and 17-5 run over on my Patreon. And I'm looking to continue that huge run today. But if you are not already on PrizePicks, link is down in my description below. Use my code DOMG. That gets you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So you can just download the app off the App Store, then use my code DOMG. But now, right now is the best time to join because right now we have a Patrick Mahomes free square on the board at half a passing yard. So really good time to join with that free square being available right now. And on top of that, today we have a Flex Friday. So this means for your first NBA Flex entry today after 10:30, you get it back up to $20 if it does lose. So all the details are down there over on their Twitter. But really good deals going on over on PrizePicks. So again, the link is down in my description below. But we're going to dive into today's slate. Finally, before we do hop in though, make sure you subscribe, have those post notifications on so you do not miss future videos, but also the Patreon link is down in my description below. And with access to my Patreon, you get everything that I'm playing tonight. Here's the full breakdown of that Patreon. If you are interested in seeing every single one of my plays, check out the Patreon. The link is down in the description below. There are 3 different tiers. There's NFL, NBA, and all sports. With access to the Patreon, you guys get every single play that I play on top of these plays being ranked by confidence level and write-ups to go with every single prop that I post. Once again, the link is down in the description below, so check it out. There's over 500 members in my Patreon, so seriously, shout out to you guys. You guys are absolutely crazy, and we've been on a huge run. So seriously, we've been gaining like 30 members a day over in the Patreon, so genuinely, I do appreciate you guys. But let's dive in and keep going on that huge run, man. So let's go ahead and just dive in though, take a look at the first player prop. Make sure you tail your own risk and always look into these props a little bit more on your own. First prop, I like Fred VanVleet over 21.5 points. He's averaging 22.8 in his last 5 games, and let me explain why I do like this player prop. First off, before anything, let's take a look at this game. So it's a 7.5 point spread and a 225 over under. Nothing crazy there, just hopefully this game does not blow out with that kind of bigger spread right there. But anyways, let's dive in though and take a look at the matchup for him. This is one of the main reasons I like this prop, by the way, because the Houston Rockets allow the most points per game to the point guard this season. In the last 7 games, the Houston Rockets are allowing the 7th most points per game in the last 7 games to the point guard. So it should be a really, really good matchup for Fred VanVleet in this game. And last time he saw the Rockets, he had 32 points. Actually, in 3 straight games against the Rockets, he has been over his 21.5 points. Also, if you are in a sports book, I do like him also over the 22.5 points, but he is at 21.5 in certain books. And right here, you can see using the DGF NBA PrizePicks Optimizer, you can see that he's actually a -130 on DraftKings to go over 21.5 and is at 21.5 on PrizePicks. I believe also that he's on FanDuel at like a -115 to go over 22.5, I believe. But bringing up this point, I'm not partnered with DGF Fantasy and their optimizers. They have a PrizePicks Optimizer, an Underdog, FanDuel, and DraftKings Sportsbook Optimizer. I used this for 2 months before I was even partnered with them, and it's absolutely vital to our research. I use this tool every single day when taking a look into my player props. I seriously do, and the link is down in my description below. If you want to check it out, using the link helps me out a ton. But you can see just how much value is on this board right now, with Trae Young being at 39.5 PRA, but being a -120 to go over 40.5 on DraftKings. Same with like Clint Capella at 12.5 points plus assists. He's at 12.5, yet he's at +100 at 13.5 on DraftKings. It shows you a ton of value, gives you the percentage of odds to hit, and they have plenty of different sports with a bunch of different membership options. So check out the link down in my description below and check out DGF Fantasy and their optimizers. Seriously, I use this every single day, and that was before I was partnered with them. But taking a look back into Fred VanVleet, he's over this in 45% of games this season and 51% with 33 plus minutes. He's also over this in 7 out of his last 10 games, and like I said earlier, he had 32 last matchup against the Rockets this season. So he's been over this in plenty of his last 10 games, been over this plenty of games this season, and also has already been over against the Rockets and has a beautiful matchup in this game, along with a discrepancy compared to sports books. So there's a lot of reasons why I do like Fred VanVleet's points in this game. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite props down in the comment section below. Let's dive in though to player prop number 2. So the second player prop here is going to be the NBA first half category. However, if you are on a sports book or somewhere else, I also like his full game points, but I prefer the first half points. And this player I just had like literally 2 days ago. So NBA first half, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit until I find Joel Embiid here at 16.5 first half points. He's averaging 18 in his last 5, and he is an absolutely Great player, especially when it comes to the first half. And let's take a look into this game here. So this game is going to be at 8 o'clock tonight. He's going to be on the road going to San Antonio with a 10-point spread and a 233.5 over-under. One of the beauties of NBA first half props is not having to worry about a blowout. And this game is a 10-point spread. So when it comes to the first half, don't have to worry about a blowout. He is technically questionable in this game, but he's been questionable in like 3 straight games and has played in, I believe, all of them. So not really worried about the questionable tag for Embiid. But anyways, if you take a look at the, by the way, the prizepicks optimizer, again, from DGF Fantasy, he's a -115 and a -118 to go over 33.5 points for the full game. So I like the spot a lot for him. I think he should be at 17.5, but I'll take him at 16.5 every single day of the week, man. So he's actually been over his full game points in only 4 out of his last 10. But he's been over his 16.5 first half points in 8 out of his last 10 games. So it's a pretty big difference, but he's over this in 55% of games this season, 8 out of his last 10. He did go under last time he saw the Spurs, but that was back in October, and he actually finished that game with 40 points. So he finished that game with 40 points. If you can take a look right here, he finished with 40 points. So I'm not worried about that at all. With him going under last time, he only shot 3 for 8. He took a lot more shots in the second half. He's usually been a lot better of a first half player lately too. So I love the spot for Embiid. I think he goes over yet again. And now let's take a look at the matchup for Embiid here. So you take a look at how the center matches up against the Spurs this season. They are allowing the 3rd most points per game to the center. Take a look at the last 7 games. The Spurs are allowing the 4th most points per game to the center. So I love the spot a lot here for Embiid. It looks really, really good to me for a ton of different reasons. And that's what I'm liking for today. So I like Embiid over 16.5 first half points. And I like Fred VanVleet over 21.5 full game points. All the links are down in my description below. The prizepicks link, the Patreon link, and also the DGF Fantasy Optimizers. Absolutely vital to me in my research. I genuinely do mean that. Link is down in my description below. That helps me out a ton when you do check that out. We got a good chunk of games tonight, man. So we have like, I believe 8 games. So let me know your favorite props down in the comment section below. Like I said, there's a lot of early morning value. I already posted a 5-pick flex over on my Patreon, and there will be plenty more plays over on my Patreon, of course, by the end of today. A couple mini bonus plays at the end of the video here from that optimizer that I've been talking a lot about in today's video, and I'm doing that, by the way, because I seriously do love this tool. But Trae Young over PRA is a 39.5, -120 on the books. Also, his points plus assists is at 36.5, but a -120 to go over 37.5 over on Sportsbooks. Take a look at Siakam, points plus assists at 29.5. He's a -125 on FanDuel and a -120 on DK to go over 30.5. So there's a lot of really, really good value. You can see right here that Trae Young is at that 39.5 PRA and that Siakam is at those as well. That 29.5 points plus assists, that is. So there's some really good value, I will say, just on the board in general right now, especially for Trae Young. I don't know why why they haven't bumped these yet. These will end up getting bumped, but that's just part of the beauty of the optimizer. But I really do kind of like Trae Young's points plus assists. I don't mind his points either. I think both of those are pretty good spots. I lean almost more towards his points than I do his points plus assists, I will say, which his points is still a -150 to go over on DK, and yet is still at 27.5 on prizepicks. So some really good value that you can find using this optimizer. So link is down in my description below. Those are my 2 bonus plays at the end of the video. We're just going to call them leans, not official plays or anything like that. But so thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Make sure you tailor your risk, looking a little bit more on your own as always, and all links are down in my description below. So yeah, thank you guys. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Best of luck tonight. Tailor your own risk.